the atrium of American theater, Lorraine Hansberry's A Raisin in the Sun stands tall, a towering testament to the strength of the human spirit. With straightforward honesty and unwavering bravery, this play tears through the fabric of racial inequality, exposing the raw wounds that continue to haunt society. From its captivating dialogue to its fearless exploration of dreams deferred, A Raisin in the Sun demands our attention, forcing us to confront the lingering shadows of prejudice and systemic injustice. Hansberry's masterpiece sparks a flame of introspection that burns long after the final curtain call. This performance, as immortalized via YouTube, was set at Harvard University in the fall of 2015 and directed by Darius Johnson. With a cast consisting of Caleb Lewis as Walter Lee Younger, Aislinn Brophy as Benitha Younger, Lethu Nzinga as Lena Younger, Aylin Wallace as Ruth Younger, Louis Aguana as Travis Younger, Nicholas Whitaker as Joseph Asagi, Joshua Campbell as George Murchison, Alex Iascone as Carl Lintner, Robert Rush as Bobo, and Tatiana DuBose Butler as Mrs. Johnson, the actors brought to life the words penned by Lorraine Hansberry some 36 years prior to this performance. A Raisin in the Sun follows the Younger family, an African-American family living in Chicago in the 1950s who face various challenges and dreams of a better future. When they get a life insurance check after the death of their patriarch, conflicts arise as each family member has different ideas about how to use the money, highlighting themes of racial discrimination, dreams, and the importance of family. If given the opportunity to alter this wonderfully created masterpiece, Walter's investment with Willie Harris would have worked out. They would have opened the liquor store and had a good start in business. This would be a great stepping stone for Travis Younger, Walter's son, seeing his father achieve the vision he spoke of often. The actors selected for this Harvard theater production were somewhat balanced in their performances, with the exception of Nicholas Whitaker, who played Joseph Asagi, the Nigerian student. The remainder of the cast could improve their vocal projection. There were scenes where both Caleb Lewis playing Walter Lee Younger and Lethu Nzinga as Lena Younger, Walter's mother, both spoke with their backs turned to the audience, looking out the prop window. In the scene with Tatiana DuBose Butler as the very messy Mrs. Johnson, Lethu Nzinga's timing was superb. I wish she would have given a longer pause before walking out of their roach-infested proverbial prison. That would have added to the scene. Overall, there were very few verbal stumbles, but even they were overcome by the humorous writing and their movement about the set. And speaking of the set, conveying a message of limited means was achieved using extremely modest and sparsely placed non-matching furniture pieces across the set, which was accented only by some boxes, a coat rack, an iron and an ironing board, and a couple of doors. Poverty lived there. Thankfully, they only mentioned there were roaches. I wish they would have draped a large black curtain in front of the stairs that were never used or referenced because they really weren't there. The Victrola, the record player, really stood out as being a piece specifically from the era. During that time, it would have been some 40 years old, but for those with limited means, that's probably what they would have had. The same for the phone and the radio. Now, the wardrobe was a completely different thing. To at least assist with the concept of the scenes taking place over multiple days, there should have been some wardrobe changes. Aislinn Brophy, who played Benitha Younger, Walter's sister, was really the only wardrobe change noticed. The remainder of the Younger family literally wore the same thing throughout the entire production. I will say they did pass for 50s attire with ease, but there should have been at least one wardrobe change. A wardrobe change. That's really what we need today. Unfortunately, there are way too many similarities from a play written nearly 65 years ago to our current state of affairs today. The underlying racial inequality, the lingering shadows of prejudice, and the persistence of systemic injustice are all alive and well. We have definitely made advancements. However, it really should be more. The powerful message of A Raisin in the Sun speaks directly to the strength of the human spirit. Resilience, tenacity, and fortitude is what our parents and grandparents left to us. So now, it's our time to take the next steps forward, stay in the fight, and never surrender. Our literal existence is at stake. The audience appeared to be engaged and entertained, laughing at the humor, silently absorbing the struggles, and cheering for the achievement. The underlying message of this play is still relevant today, and everyone should take the time to experience it at least once.